how do you know you're with the right partner? Like, what does it take for you to get this feeling of, yes, this is it? To me, it all comes down to the moments where there is an issue that needs to be solved. Because on a perfect day, or maybe during the first year of being newly in love, the honeymoon phase, that's easy, right? Like you can hardly test the relationship there because maybe the first year is not representative of the next 10 years. The thing is, you can be with someone who's a good person and still not be able to build a healthy relationship with them because unfortunately it's not enough to love each other. You also have to both be willing to grow and solve things together. I am in my 6th relationship, and in my 5 previous relationships, when something was bothering me, so let's simplify this a little bit. An ex-partner did something or said something that made me sad or angry. I never came in loud. I would bring it up quietly at first, so quietly that maybe they didn't even notice or they didn't take it seriously. So I would get a little more sad or angry. And then when they did notice, they told me I was being crazy or dramatic, that it was basically my fault that I felt that way, or they acknowledged the problem but weren't willing to change anything about it. And here's the thing about me. I'm a positive person. I just want to have a good time. I want harmony in my relationship, but I also want to be able to address conflict and solve it because small things that get pushed aside become big things over time. And what I learned is that even though my ex-partners weren't bad guys, it just wasn't possible for me to solve problems with them, let alone repair conflicts afterwards. You can be with someone, a handsome guy or rich guy or whatever dream guy you think he is at first. And maybe things are more or less okay. But if you cannot talk to him because he lacks the willingness to solve things, then you won't have a thriving relationship. And that affects also intimacy. How can you have great sex with someone long term who you feel they don't even take you seriously? So what I did is I stayed in bad relationships for way too long because after having seen it 5 times, how would I assume it's going to be different a 6th time? But now I have proof that it is possible because in my current relationship, and again, I bring things up quietly at first, that's just who I am. But my partner will notice, sometimes even before I say anything, but at the latest when I say it quietly. He immediately realizes something is bothering me. He hugs me, and this is important because then I calm down before I even get fully sad or angry. And then we talk, like we solve it. Sometimes not immediately, but I always know we will. And that certainty alone is worth a lot. Now, when I think back to conflicts with my ex-partners, where we couldn't even solve simple issues sometimes, I was often scared. I felt insignificant. I needed someone to hug me and tell me it's going to be okay, but there was no one. So I often felt very alone. Some people you just can't talk to. They don't have the common sense or the willingness to actually build something with you, or maybe with someone else they will be different. Maybe it just wasn't the right match. And it's not about getting everything you want. I don't get everything I want the way I want it, but that's not what it's about. And I think many of you feel the same. You don't want a slave at home, but you want your needs to be seen and taken seriously and find a compromise. So it won't matter that you don't get everything you want as long as you feel you're in this together, that you are important to your partner. So even if it wasn't possible 5 times, the 6th time it can be. Don't give up on finding someone you can actually talk to.